but this one right here only going to 15. As we are ready to go, we've got Berzins, Becker, Bunting in the back. Diwali, Hutz, and Thompson will be in the front for the Ramblers. We got Stefani, Heine out there, as well as Schoenfeld in the front, and then in the back, Klanik, and we've got Kehoe serving and the libero Hawk. Game 5 underway. Berzins gets that one off the line. Points Ramblers. He barely clipped the line, but he got enough for the line judge to say he got it. And the Ramblers open up this game with the points. On what some may say would be a disputed call in the back. And actually take that back. It was Ohio State who scored the point. The ball, in fact, did go out of play. So I take that back. I was wrong. Thompson hits that one down. So Ohio State draws first blood, but they hit that one out of play. So it is Ramblers serve. They've tied it up 1. Steve Thompson serving. Kehoe. Over to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld hits it down the line, catches the line, and it is a point for Ohio State, 2-1. And that'll send Mike Stefani back to serve. Stefani gets that one off the top of the net. Now it's to Bunting, and Bunting hits it down for the kill for the Ramblers. Points Loyola. Back serving for the Ramblers, Dominic Diwali. Diwali, the left-hander, gets that one over. Kehoe sets it up, looking for Schoenfeld. Loyola keeps it alive. It's Hutz over to Berzins. Berzins gets that one blocked by the Buckeyes at the net. Coming up with the block is Kevin Heine. And Ohio State leads 3-2 over Loyola. Hutz will set that one up over to Berzins. Stefani has to keep that one alive. Now it's Klanik, gets it over. Over to Bunting, and Bunting finesses that one over, but Ohio State keeps that one alive. Berzins to Bunting. Bunting tries this one again. Kept up by Stefani to Kehoe. Over to Overman, and Overman gets that one blocked at the net by the Ramblers. Ramblers tied this one up at 3. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Holy moly. That's about the only description you can have of this 5-set match. These two teams fighting tooth and nail. Chris Berzins back to serve. Now it's Kehoe setting that one up for Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld hits that one out of play. Point for Loyola. They have grabbed the lead here in set number 5. Berzins still on serve. Berzins, 6'1" senior from Brinklow, Maryland. Loyola fans have been nothing but loud here in this game. Or here in this match, I should say. Berzins with the serve off of Stefani. Now it's Kehoe over to Klanik, but that's black with it. And it's in! Point Loyola. 5-3 Ramblers on top. Timeout Ohio State. Timeout Ohio State. Their first one here as Loyola has taken a 5-3 lead. Two ranked teams. Ohio State actually tied for 13th in the rankings with San Diego. 7-4 are the Buckeyes. San Diego 4-7. And then Loyola, 6-0, the only undefeated team remaining here in Division I. Division II, they are 6-0. And then Loyola, Cal State Northridge actually is the top spot. They have a record of 9-2. USC in second in the poll, UCLA. BYU is fourth, Stanford fifth in the rankings, Long Beach State sixth, Pepperdine, the Wings in seventh, Hawaii Warriors in eighth, Penn State Nittany Lions dropping from fifth to ninth after the loss to Loyola, UC Santa Barbara, UC Irvine right at the top 11 before you get to Loyola, and then Lewis checks in at number 15, the only D2 team in the rankings. Berzins serving for the Ramblers, as Loyola has a 2-point lead. As Klanick has it, now it's blocked at the net. Dug out by Stefani, now to Klanick. Poked up by Berzins, now to Hutz, over to Bunting, over to Huck. Back to the Ramblers, Becker gets a hand on it, to Bunting. Bunting tries for the kill, he gets it. Boom, shakalaka for Mike Bunting. And the Ramblers go up 6-3. 6'4" sophomore from Wyoming, Pennsylvania gets the important kill to double up the score for the Ramblers and double up the lead. As Mick Berzins makes his return to the lineup for Ohio State. Chris Berzins serving. Hawk to Kehoe. Now it's over to Schoenfeld. Ramblers have it. Hutz to Bunting. Blocked by Schoenfeld, but that's out of play. 7-3 Loyola. And the Ohio State Buckeyes will take yet another timeout. Loyola coming up fired up here in this fifth and final deciding set. They are up by 4, 7-3. So far today, we've had women's basketball go to overtime, where the Ramblers pick up a 9-point victory over Wright State. And then in this game against the Ohio State Buckeyes, it goes the distance of a 5-set game. And the Ramblers coming up fired up here at Alumni Gym over the Ohio State Buckeyes. Fun had by all here, Loyola here today. We got one more game going on tonight. It's the Ramblers men's basketball team taking on the UIC Flames over at the Gentile Center. Berzins back on serve. He's been on serve for Loyola. But hits that one in the net. The serving streak is over for Chris Berzins, and it's a side out to Ohio State. The LU chant comes up from the crowd. Schoenfeld to serve. That is out and to the side. And it's 8-4. The team switch sides now. Oh, man. I'll lose my breath after this one, let me tell you. Loyola 8, Ohio State 4 as the team switch ends here in the midpoint of this fifth set. George Camberos will come into the game for Loyola. He'll be replacing Mike Morisi. Camberos back to serve. Camberos lets fly a low liner just barely over the nets. It's Klanick with it. Berzins keeps that one in play to Camberos. Over to DeWally. The opposite hitter gets that one down. It's a point for the Ramblers. Just catches the line. 9-4 now. Loyola on top. Camberos still on serve. Remember, in this game, team has to score 15 points to win. As the LU chant starts to get louder in Alumni Gym. This is what many would consider a barn if you talk about old school terminology. As Camberos barely gets that one over the net, but manages to do so, manages to clip it. Planet gets that one down. Bunting keeps it in play. Over to Berzins, has to get that one over the net. Now Hawk over to Kehoe, over to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld hits that one long. Another point scored by the Ramblers. And another timeout, or actually a deflection was called against Ohio State. Reversed the call. It is now 9-5 Ramblers. As the call was originally made, it was a point for Loyola for going out of play, but the officials reversed the call. Point Ohio State and a side out. Now Bunting has it. That goes out of play. Side out back to the Ramblers. Now it's 10-5. Mike Hutz back to serve for the Ramblers. As the barn, the big brown box that rocks, gets louder and louder. Hutz clips the net. Still in play. Over to Stefani. Becker digs that one up into the rafters. Hutz over to Bunting, but that's blocked by the Buckeyes. Grayson Overman and Steve Kehoe with the block. And that'll send Overman back to serve for Ohio State. Take that back. It'll be Derek Keys, the 5'8" freshman from Loveland, Ohio, to come in to serve. Keys. Now to Becker. Back to Bunting, and that's blocked out of bounds by Ohio State. 11-6. Grayson Overman returns. He's got the Loyola mascot coming in to pump things up. Bunting serves that one out of bounds. Side out, point Ohio State. 11-7, Buckeyes down by 4. At Stephen Kehoe serving. Now it's Bunting, tries to keep that one up. It was blocked in the net by Ohio State. In up for the block is Kevin Heine. Kehoe serving again, timeout Loyola. There's their first timeout here in this fifth and final set. This is the second 5-set match for Loyola here. The first one against Penn State here at Alumni Gym, in which the Ramblers fought back to win that match 3-2. So, believe it or not, the Ramblers are 1-0 after losing the first set. They didn't lose the first set here today. They won the first set. They're 5-0 after winning that first set. And then they are 1-0 in 5-set matches because they only had that one against Penn State. 1-0 in 4-set matches. And then they are 4-0 in 3-set matches here this season. A 5-0 record here at Alumni Gym. Do the Ramblers have? They're only undefeated team in Division I, Division II men's volleyball. We play ball again as the LU chant fires up from the crowd. And what a crowd it's been. Sold out, not a seat to be had here at Alumni Gym. Kehoe with the serve, gets that one off the top of the net. Thompson over to Heine, and Heine gets the kill. Another point for Ohio State. It's 11-9. Kehoe firing up again. Hutz to Berzins. Berzins tries to get that one to drop down. Ohio State has no problem digging that one up. Now Schoenfeld tries for the kill. No doing there. Kehoe with it. Now Heinle, but Loyola gets called for being in the net. Or over the net. And another timeout called by Loyola, with them hanging on to a 1-point lead, 11-10. Do you like nail biters? This one is what you consider a nail biter. Like I said, it's the 12th ranked Loyola Ramblers. It's the 13th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. So if you wanted anything other than a nail biter, you are completely disappointed here today. Ohio State lost the first two sets 30-25, 36-34. They came back to win the second two 30-26 and 30-27, but they trail this fifth set by a score of 11-10. 21 kills for Ted Schoenfeld and John Planek, 22 for Mike Bunting, 21 for Dominic DeWale, and we play volleyball yet again. Kehoe on serve. Up it goes. Nana Hutz over to DeWale, and that goes out of play. Point for the Ramblers. They are up now 12-10. As Teddy Adamczyk comes in to serve for the Ramblers. Ramblers trying to finish this one off. Kehoe sets it up for Heitley, and Heitley hits it out of play. It is 13-10. Ramblers trying to close this one out. Adamczyk serving again. Kehoe with it for the Buckeyes. Over to Schoenfeld, blocked in the net. Ohio State manages to save it. Now that's blocked in the net by Ohio State. Ohio State, as the BG song goes, staying alive. They get the side out in the point. They are now down by 2. Mike Stefani back to serve. Stefani looking to bring the Buckeyes back into this one. Hutz sets it up for DeWale. Goes into the back row. Now over to Planek. Planek gets that one to fall. And it's the point for Ohio State. 13-12. Loyola on top. In a game that only goes to 15. They took Penn State to 5 sets in their meeting when Penn State was ranked 5th at the time. Stefani still serving. Now it's Hutz over to Berzins. Berzins gets that one to deflect off of a couple of Ohio State Buckeyes. Point Ramblers. It's match point times. As we have Ryan Molsteff back to serve. Molsteff to Hawk. Now over to Klanik. And it's off, deflected off Molsteff. Ohio State remains alive. 14-13 now. But another match point upcoming for the Ramblers. The sound is deafening here in Alumni Gym as the Ramblers look to close this one out. Kevin Heine to serve for the Buckeyes. To Berzins. Kehoe to Klanik. Kept in by Molsteff. And Hutz has to get it over. Now over to Schoenfeld. That's in play. We're tied at 14. You should have predicted that was coming, that Loyola wasn't going to close it out that easily. And they didn't. Had 4 chances to close out this match. As Dominic DeWale will come back in for the Ramblers, replacing Ryan Molsteff. Tied at 14. The team has to win by 2. Nobody's sitting down in the gym right now. Everybody up on their feet. It's a sight to see here at Alumni Gym. Over to Bunting, and Bunting will get the kill for Loyola. Match point again for the Ramblers. Chris Berzins back to serve. And Berzins, the 6'1" senior, looking to close it out. Kehoe saves that one for Ohio State. Schoenfeld gets that over. Becker with a dig. Up, over to Bunting. Kehoe to Klanick. Klanick hits that one out of play, and Loyola wins 16-14 in the fifth set. They remain undefeated, and they now take over first place in the MIVA by winning this match by a game of three game sets to 2. What an exciting match put up between these two teams. And that you wouldn't expect any less from the teams ranked so close together, and the two top